Hello out there, all you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another Why You Know Game video from me. And I do apologize that I'm retreading the same water yet again with Sonic R2D because the concept I thought up. And then I was like, okay, cool, this video's done. I posted it, and then I heard it back on YouTube after it published, and I'm like, crap. I forgot something. It was like, it was like this, and that happens sometimes. But I was like, oh man, like I completely didn't even think about this aspect, and that's okay. Sonic Mania style multiplayer, which is very similar to Sonic 2 style multiplayer, is basically racing from point A to point B. And I thought about it like, yeah, that's cool and all, but then there's the other option of having a Sonic 3 style competition in the game as well, where you're not racing from point A to point B, but running a looping level. I mean, with this setup, yeah, the levels will have to be longer, but they could logically loop on themselves the same way it does in Sonic 3, where you just have to do a certain number of laps. Yeah, maybe those levels would be a slight bit shorter, and like for obvious reasons, that'd be cool because you could then take the areas from Sonic 3 and Sonic 3 from that competition mode, like Azure Lake, what was it, something gadget, like, but all the levels that were all the two-player levels that were in there, you could take those and put them in in this game. But again, they'd have to be extended some. They couldn't be as small as they are in Sonic 3. In Sonic 3, those levels are like tiny. I think you could do like most of them in like a minute of straight character running, which is fine. Like, but on those levels, that would be where like characters. I mean, you could take advantage of characters' special abilities in any of the levels, but I think it was more so in those levels is where having the different, the different paths that you can take with the rings would make more sense. And the levels that are point A to point B would make more sense where you can take a different character's specialized path to get through a level quicker than, say, like a Sonic path would be for a Knuckles. Stuff like that. And it was the simple thing like that I was just like, I don't know how I completely missed that. That's what's bugging me. It's like, how did I miss that? like, like, yeah, and that would work. Like, and give each, like, I'd say do different cups and stuff like that, where there's a variety of different level types in them. Maybe your first cup could be all strictly point A to point B levels. Then your second cup could be all looping levels. Then the third and fourth and possibly fifth cups after that, maybe even sixth and seventh, depending on how many levels they want to throw in there. I mean, there's a lot of Sonic levels you can convert for this, but a lot of them just like go ahead and do whatever they were going to do with them and just throw in some variety. Or have levels that have an A to B version and then a looping version. But like anyway, like anything that just diversifies the gameplay a little bit and makes it more interesting and gives people more to look forward to, I'm all for it. Like those were just the things that I just like. I don't know how I spaced on those. But like, and also I would have the item boxes available, so you could gain items, and there would be enemies around, so you could get damaged by them. So like for both level types, instead of because in Sonic 3, when you were doing the competition mode, there weren't really any enemies around. There were some obstacles, but they were really easy to avoid once you got used to the levels. So I'm trying to think of anything else. No, there's nothing else that really comes to mind. Like I just wanted to make sure that I covered all those things, and like, and everybody gets, and to also say that everyone gets their emeralds on different levels. That way you don't play the game the same way to get the emeralds for every character. That So I would make it 7 cups. That way you could place a level of place an emerald in a different level for a different character in a cup. So make it at least 7 cups. That way, 7 cups, 7 emeralds. I think everybody understands that pretty easily. Now, is there anything else I can think about? Anything else I would like to include to this? Not really. Like, as long as they keep the gameplay consistent with Sonic Mania and as fast paced as Sonic Mania is, then that would be fine. Like, give the characters all different speeds, but like not like extreme differences in speed, because you want them to be relative to each other, but different speeds and different abilities to make up for everybody not being as fast as Sonic, whereas they can take a route that Sonic doesn't normally have access to again, and they can run a race that way. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't really have too much more. So like, it's just something I thought about, and I wanted to make sure I included it, but there's no way there's no way to add this onto the back end of that video, so I have to do a separate one. But that's it. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me, and until the next time, enjoy your games and peace out.